Last week we tried to sing this. Spirit of our African ancestors, fall fresh on me. Spirit of my ancestors, fall fresh on me. Melt me and mold me, then fill me and use me. Spirit of the African ancestors, yeah, fall afresh, fall fresh, yeah, please fall fresh on me. Well, family, welcome to another Sunday gathering together of the African Village and Cultural Center online. And here you are with me, and here I am with you. I think it's a wonderful thing. Man, hey, but let's get right into our opening song of One More Time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. All right, like we always do. Come on, everybody. Lift your voice and sing it like you mean it. Come on. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to come together to praise God's name. To praise God's name. God allowed us to come together to praise her name. To praise her name. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to sing our song. To sing our song. God allowed us to come together. Sing our song. To sing our song. To sing our song. Oh, God allowed us to come together. Sing. God allowed us, yeah. Now let's put those hands together. Come on. To clap our hands. Come on, everybody. Just to clap our hands. God allowed us to come together. To clap our hands. Just to clap our hands. God allowed us, yeah, to come together. God allowed us to come together. Everybody say one more time. Oh, one more time. come together one more time. One more time. One more time. Oh, God allowed us, yeah, to come together one more time. God allowed us, yeah, just to praise her name. God allowed us, yeah. She's been so good and kind. God allowed us, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, she did. God allowed us, yeah. God allowed us to come together one more. Yeah, man, one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. And brothers and sisters, I pray that you do not take that for granted. Take it from me, man. Every day that God allows us to breathe, wake up in the morning, it's a miracle. You know, I mean, especially crazy as this world is. Let's get right into our oath to the ancestors at this time. We got to honor those who have gone before us and made it possible for our being where we are now. So let's come together and honor our ancestors at this time. Everybody, lift your voice with me together and let's say together, come on. Oh, ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. Oh, ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. Oh, ancestors, who have been purposely excluded from the history books so that the world would not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors, who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave mathematics to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave medicine to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave philosophy to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us. We will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you. And we will not betray you. Ashe.
And now, brothers and sisters, we want to take the time to honor just a few of the great Africans who have gone ahead of us. We call forth their great African names and honor them to pharaohs Narmer, Zoja, Sneferu, Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure, and the great vizier and physician and multi-genius Imhotep. We say Ashe. To Queen Nitocris, Queen Sobek Neferu, Queen Ahotep, Queen Amos Nefertari, Queen King Hatshepsut, Nefertiti, Queen T, and Queen Nefertari II. We say Ashe. To Menkaure Tahuti Mays, known as Thutmose III, Amenhotep III, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, Ursama Atra, Setepenra, Rametsu Meriamun, Ramses II, Shabaka, Taharka, Hannibal, and the great African warrior Shaka Zulu, we say Ashe. To all of the kings, queens, priests, and warriors of Nubia, Waset, Ethiopia, Kemet, Kenya, the Congo, Tanzania, Uganda, Central, South, and West Al-Kivu land, we say Ashe. To the more than 600 million Africans whose lives were lost in the European invasions of Africa and in the Middle Passage, we say Ashe. To the more than 300 million who have since lost their lives to racism and hate crimes, we say Ashe. To Harriet Tubman,
Ashe.
Frederick Douglass,
Ashe.
Mary McLeod Bethune,
Ashe.
Nat Turner,
Ashe.
Fannie Lou Hamer,
Ashe.
Sojourner Truth,
Ashe.
Carter G. Woodson,
Ashe.
Booker T. Washington,
Ashe.
Dr. Charles Drew,
Ashe.
Noble Drew Ali,
Ashe.
Benjamin Banneker,
Ashe.
George Washington Carver,
Ashe.
Bishop Richard Allen,
Ashe.
Bishop Charles Harrison Mason,
Ashe.
Howard Thurman,
Ashe.
Mother Mahalia Jackson,
Ashe.
the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey,
Ashe.
Benjamin E. Mays,
Ashe.
Langston Hughes,
Ashe.
Medgar Evers,
Yes.
Paul Robeson,
Ashe.
Dr. Martin Luther King,
Ashe.
Malcolm X,
Ashe.
Thurgood Marshall,
Ashe.
Mother Clara Hale,
Ashe.
Adam Clayton Powell,
Ashe.
the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Ashe.
Dr. Amos Wilson,
Ashe.
Dr. John Henrik Clark,
Ashe.
Dr. John G. Jackson,
Ashe.
Dr. Shikanta Diop,
Ashe.
Dr. Chancellor Williams,
Ashe.
Dr. George G.M. James,
Ashe.
Patrice Lumumba,
Ashe.
Kwame Ture,
Ashe.
Kwame Nkrumah,
Ashe.
Dr. Khalid Muhammad,
Ashe.
Dr. Jacob Carruthers,
Ashe.
Dr. Ishaka Musa Barashango,
Ashe.
Brother Ray Charles,
Ashe.
to our mothers and fathers,
Ashe.
our grandmothers and grandfathers,
Ashe.
to our great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers,
Ashe.
our brothers and sisters,
Ashe.
sons and daughters,
Ashe.
aunts and uncles,
Ashe.
nieces, nephews, cousins,
Ashe.
and all those who have gone ahead of us
Ashe.
and have made their ancestral transition
Ashe. Yes.
to their life, deeds, legacy, and contributions, we say
Ashe.
Ashe. Again we say
Ashe.
Ashe. Again we say
Ashe.
Ashe.
Yeah, whoa. Oh, you can sing this praise with us. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Alhamdulillah. The English translation of these words: God is great and he's worthy to be praised. I say hallelujah. God is great and he's worthy to be praised. Yes, I say hallelujah. So God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. God make us one, yes. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and they will say you are with us, yeah. Allahu Akbar, which means God is great in the Arabic tongue. Oh, family, welcome once again to another Sunday online fellowship of the African Village and Cultural Center. I am Ray Hagins, your teacher, your friend, your brother. Hey, man, I'm just glad to have you guys with me today. You know, we're going to tell you, it's a wonderful thing to have you here and for us to come together once again as we are. I trust you're doing okay, family, wherever you are today. You know, I give praise and thanks to the Most High for allowing us the opportunity to awaken to a new day that we've never seen before. And guess what? We'll never see it again. So may I suggest that you do the best you can to make the best of this day in your life. My mom used to say it this way. She used to say, today can be how she used to say, today can be the best day of the rest of your life. Something to that effect, she used to say, and that was her thing, man. She just would say that every time she'd get up, So I'm saying to you, understand that today is the beginning of the rest of your life. That's for sure. Okay. And you can make it the best day that you possibly can. Once again, welcome to everybody who's here with us today. And I trust you're feeling good in your body. I have an exhortation that I want to give to you today. Not so much a teaching, but an exhortation that I want to share with you today. But before getting ready to go into that, let me honor our friends and supporters everywhere. Okay. And let me begin by, of course, talking about the brothers and sisters of the African Village of St. Louis. That's where it all began here. All right, the African Village of St. Louis. That's right. That's where it began. Man, I tell you, February 1998, yes, when I became the pastor there at that time. And we grew and grew and grew and grew until 3 years later, we changed the name from the New Ephesus Missionary Baptist Church to the African Village, which we are still called now, even though we're not meeting in physical face-to-face fellowship there now, because COVID kind of changed everything. So, man, COVID gave us a whole new world, so to say, and of course we had a lot of elders there, and to protect our elders, we just closed the doors in February of 2020. And we haven't reopened them. However, there are brothers and sisters there in St. Louis of the African Village who are meeting anyway, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. That goes to show how powerful fellowship is, And I'm trying to remember the name of, oh my goodness, brother. Yeah, I apologize for that, Brother Troy. I'm trying to think of the name of the fellowship you guys have established there. Okay, but they meet on fourth Sundays, and we'll be promoting it here. Right here, because that's our family. They're our people, They're the offspring of the African Village, And so of course we honor and we love what they're doing there. Thank you, brother, for picking up the sword of truth and the standard to carry on there. So we family there in St. Louis, we greet you today again by saying Ma'at Hotep. To our brothers and sisters of the African Village of Youngstown, Ohio, we greet you as well today by saying Ma'at Hotep. To the brothers and sisters of the African Village of New York City, we honor you guys today as well by saying Ma'at Hotep to you. To our brothers and sisters of the fellowships there in the Detroit area, in the Chicago area, out in the central USA, so to say, Ma'at Hotep to you guys as well. Okay. The brothers and sisters down there in Charleston, South Carolina, Sister Gloria Jenkins, the work that she began there. And let me see, those who are working with her, brother, the chef, radio host there, Elder Wright, we honor you. And man, I look forward to talking to you after we go off the air today as well. I did get your text message, man, to the brothers and sisters of the African Village of Memphis, Tennessee, our minister, Red Wing down there in charge. Hey, I hope you guys are doing good today. And you hear me just calling off these names because I'm so honored that the ancestors have blessed us to grow. Not only I'm calling off names, and I know I'm mess up something, so let's do it this way. To all of our friends and supporters, okay, especially our brothers down there, Sankofa family down there in the Virgin Islands. Hey guys, I pray for you guys all the time. Thank you for praying for me as well. Y'all forgive the affliction in my throat here today. It's a little strange. I've been dealing with restlessness and this week, and I'll tell you more about that. Nonetheless, to our family down in Guyana, South America, to our brothers and sisters on military bases all over the world that listen to us regularly. Thank you to everyone. Up in Canada, thank you. Okay, they're in the motherland and on the east side of the motherland, across the pond there. So our friends there, even in Egypt, okay, in Kenya, Oh my goodness, man. Mozambique. I'm trying to think of the email I've gotten from South Africa. I've gotten a lot of email from South Africa. Can't forget down there. Johannesburg, oh man. There's so much going on. And then as I call off these names, I get more excited because I see that this work, this message is getting out to the masses all over the world, and I am thankful to be an instrument in the hands of the Most High. So to all of our friends and supporters, thank you so very much. And now I want to take a moment I want to take a special time today just to say a very special thank you personally from me to you for your contributions, and today I'm going to call off names now. I don't call off amounts when I do this, okay? But I do want you to know that we acknowledge you and thank you for your gift of supporting our work. Okay, so first of all, let me start with notice I'm saying some, okay, of our PayPal contributors. And that's because these are names that I readily recognize because they're so loyal and faithful in their giving, to support our work. Whatever it is, I'm thankful for it, thank you. You don't have to do it. Like people, as we say that's my hard-earned money, so I thank you, family. For taking time, excuse me, made myself cough, right? Taking time to share of your hard-earned substance with us to keep this work going. So to Sister Lydia Thiele, if I'm saying that correctly, to Brother Lance Rushdie, to Max Callis, to Beverly Fontaine, if I'm pronouncing your last name right, Beverly, to Erwin Wells, to George Krause, to Janice Smith. Thank you guys so much. Elijah Lewis, thank you. That's a name I recognize very, very often. Elijah, thank you so much, man, for your continued support to our work. To Chanel Summers, thank you, Chanel. To Dorothy Colonzo, if I'm saying that right. To Brother Ricky Young, thank you, Ricky, for your continued support as well, man. And when I stop and say a name over, it's because as a name I readily recognize because they have been so loyal in their giving to support our work, So again, a very special thank you to that, Winston Collymore Jr., to Reginald Hackney, to Sister Anita Carter in Youngstown, Ohio. Thank you, Sister Warrior, I should call her, Warrior Anita Carter, and her sister, Queen Asantewa, Sister Cynthia Carter. Those two sisters are my warrior sisters. When I go to Ohio, they flank your brother and make sure don't nobody mess with him, and it's just a powerful thing, when you know that the sisters are on board. What was the movie that came out, Black Panther, and you saw those warrior women? When I saw that, I was impressed. But I said, shoot, African Village got warrior women in them, So again, to Sister Anita Carter and Sister Queen Asantewa, Cynthia Carter, thank you, sisters, so very much for holding up the standard of the African Village there in Youngstown, Ohio. To Brother Maurice Patrick, thank you so very much. Darrell Spencer, thank you for your continued support. To those who make your contribution, and by the way, the names I'm calling off are the supporters over the last 30 days, okay? And when I say that, I may call their name once, but they probably gave every week. You see what I'm saying? Or shared every other week. But it don't make sense to just call the name off every week that they give. I'm saying, so for the last 30 days, these are supporters that have come in through these avenues, through our Zelle supporters. Rondell Lawrence, thank you, man. Rondell Lawrence. I'm calling that name because that's how often I see it. Thank you, Rondell. Brother Roy Bradford, to James Thrasher, if I'm saying that correctly, to Harriet Harris, to Edie Charles, Bompegno Papus Ingole, if I'm saying all that correctly, I guess you know where they're giving from, right? With a name like that. To David Daoud, thank you, David, to Joseph Norman, Robert Mitchell, Selma Glasgow, Michael Mingo, Simplified Marine, as our brothers from the African Village here in St. Louis, who's always been our supporter. And then one day I would love for you to hear his testimony of how he became a part of the African Village. Again, thank you, Brother Mingo, to Zach Carter, Cynthia Howard, Sister Queen Yolanda Simmons, Queen Yolanda Simmons. Queen Yolanda Simmons, if you're listening today, thank you so very much. Thank you, Asante Sana. Queen Yolanda Simmons. Now, brothers and sisters, you may see her in the chat room. You may see her name. She has been such a great help to me, okay, and monitoring and sharing this ministry. You know, so Queen Yolanda, thank you so very much, sister, for your sacrifice of time and working with us here to get this message out to the world. To Ashford Mitchell, thank you, Ashford. To Vibert Andrews, James Walker, Colin Montgomery, and I'm gonna get this, I know I'm gonna mess this name up, right? Shinsing Shibo, it's almost like Chinese, right? I'm not speaking in tongues, I'm trying to pronounce this name. Shinsing Shibo, okay? But thank you so very much for your contribution, Shinsing. Okay, and then we have our Cash App contributors, y'all. Okay, over the last 30 days. Okay, Rodney, thank you, brother. Okay, to Brother Eric Reed, Aaron Mallard, Benigno Roman, if I'm saying that right, Benigno Roman. I've seen that name quite a bit. Sister Jill Carter, yeah, from St. Louis there. I guess that's our Jill from St. Louis. Thank you, Jill. Brenda Kendrick. Brenda Kendrick. That's how often I see that name. So thank you for your support as well, Brenda. Okay, to David Jackson. Here's a new name that I'm not used to seeing, if I hope I pronounce it correctly, but Sade Trika, if I'm saying that right, or Sade Trika. Dennis, thank you for your contribution. Brother Elijah Lewis, let me say it loud, Elijah Lewis, Brother Elijah Lewis, man, thank you. We could, you know, and when I say those names with emphasis like that, I want you guys to know we couldn't do this without their support. I mean, thank you for you. I mean, really, y'all, I can't say it enough. Thank you. Brother Anthony Pollard. Thank you, man. You know, Marva Lofton, Queen of Santiwa, Cynthia, as I already acknowledged her, therefore her giving there through PayPal as well. Right, Antonio Fuller, thank you, Antonio. Terrell Florence, I've seen that name quite often. Sharon Campbell, and of course, Brother Jefferson, Brother Sincere Jefferson. I think I remember, Brother Sincere, you calling me one day, and if I remember correctly, someone, I think either you or someone in your family, if I got the right person, was battling COVID. And I wanted to be sure that you were healthy, man. So we actually went out. I think it was raining or something that night too. But we went out in the evening to get some ivermectin to this brother to make sure that his family would remain safe and healed. So sincere, thank you. Now, why did I do that? Because you support me so much that's what I'm talking about. That's the whole benefit of support. You know, you give. And then in your time of need, it's our responsibility to give back to you. You know, that's how this works, family. At least that's how it works in African Village with me. To Lenice Ewald, did I say that correctly? To AA Bail Bonding. I don't have a name. That's the name of their business, evidently. But thank you for your continued support as well. And of course, you know, I got to run up to New York City to my brother Sweets, Brother Curtis Odom up there of the African Village in New York City. Sweets, thank you, man, for your continued support. I love you, brother. Thank you. And I know you love the African Village and yours truly. You know, so thank you, man, for your continued support over the years, man. Thank you. Odom Sweets, Curtis Odom Sweets. Yes, Brother Patrick Vaughn. Thank you, Patrick. To Michael Hargis, to Darren Alexander, Keith Fowler. I've seen that name plenty of times. And of course, our president of the Black Achievement Fund, to Brother Arki Hodges. Thank you, man, for your mutual support. Just thank you, brother. Thank you for the work you're doing there for our people, for our community. And thank you for supporting our work as well. To Mon Davis, Giovanna, Tim Young. Oh, to Anita Thompson, B. Swift, and Bernard. I thank you guys for your support. Okay. to Kirksey. Is that Bernard Kirksey? Let me go back. Yeah, Bernard Kirksey. To S.L. Jones. Brother Creasy Barrett. Am I saying that right? Creasy? I guess I'm pronouncing that correctly. To William Barrow, to Ebony, Gloria Jenkins. She pulled Charleston, South Carolina together for our fellowship there. Thank you so much, Gloria, for your love to our work and for your continued support. To Brother Frederick Irvin, to Cleata Everett, if I'm saying that right. Thank you, Cleata. I've seen that name quite a bit too. Those who mailed in, y'all, these are not all of the contributions, but like I said, these are over the last 30 days. Okay. The mail-in contributors, Brother Victor Henson. I think I mentioned him last week as well. Brother Victor Henson. He's been contributing loyally, regularly for y'all from we started in February of 1998. Okay. He came right in there somewhere in mid to late 1998, and every month since then, he does not fail to show us that he's with us and shows his support. So, Brother Victor Henson, thank you, man. Couldn't do this without you guys, man. Okay, Vincent Harvey, thank you. Reginald John, Brother John Black, yeah. I'm gonna call you the money order king, brother John Black. Thank you for your continued support. Our brother Keith Rural, thank you, man. Kathy Briggs, I know I'm gonna mess this name up. Hope, sister, I'm sure that is Sister Hope Yisrael, if I'm saying that correctly. Brother Gerard Davis, Dorothy Taylor, Walter Winston, Brother Walter. Listen, y'all, let me stop right here and say something about this brother right quick. If there's ever been a brother who's been an encouragement to me, is Brother Walter Winston. Brother Walter he's not the tallest guy in the world. Okay, he's short in stature, but he's a giant. You know what I mean? Okay, one day Walter walked into the African village, walking in on a cane. And I said, man, what's wrong? I could tell he wasn't looking well. He looked kind of feeble, lost weight. I said, brother, what's wrong? And, he told me he had been diagnosed with cancer. And I said, oh, no, brother, we can't have that. See, there's some people, y'all, we just can't allow to be sick, and it's not because of money. It's simply because of who they are, the love and the support and the energy that they give, to the ministry, to yours truly. Those are ones that I petition Most High in behalf of them that, come on, God, these people help keep me going, just their words, their presence, their energy, the love that they show, the support that they show, when leaders give out, give, who gives back to us? Think about that. People pull on us. Then where do we get our energy back from? Where do we get our inspiration back from? People like Brother Walter Winston, oh man. At any rate, thank you, Walter. Thank you, brother, for your continued support. Without fail, thank you, man. Thank you so much. And of course, Dr. James Murray. Now, man, I'm looking forward to meeting you face to face, Dr. Murray. Okay, I don't know you in person, but man, I thank you so much for helping keep us going. Thank you so very much, man. To Elaine Ransom, to Jacqueline Scruggs. Thank you, Jackie. I hope that you don't mind that nickname, Jacqueline Scruggs. Thank you. James Smalling, Barbara Bailey. Thank you, guys. To all of you. Now, again, that's not everybody's name. That's just names that's coming over the last 30 days. And I probably still miss some. At my age, I'm an old man now, and I don't mind saying that. People say, don't say you old. No, I'm telling it like it is. The Bible says it this way: the days of our years are 80 years and 10. If by reason of 80 years, yet is there strength, labor, and sorrow. Well, y'all, I passed 80 years and 10 2 years ago. Okay, so I've gone past the allotted time according to the Bible. So that's why I say one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. But I wanted to take the time today, family, to personally say to those of you, our supporters, thank you so very much for helping us to reach the world. Okay. You may feel like, the little bit that you do is not important. Yes, it is, man. And when I say whatever you give, if you donate $1 to support this work, I am as appreciative as if you had given $100. You know why? Because whatever you give is coming from your heart, I believe, and you don't have to do it. So thank you so very much. And I hope I don't annoy y'all out here today, taking the time to say thank you to our supporters. Okay. But I just wanted to acknowledge y'all today. Thank you again. Thank you again. Asante Sana Madase Pa. Yeah. Well, family, let's get ready to get into the exhortation today. Notice I said I'm not going to teach today. I want to exhort today. Okay. That's what I want to do today. So I want to exhort. And before doing that, let's do this. I always start my teachings off with these words. Okay, so let's say it together. The space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know about whatever I think I know is depicted right here within this circle. I must keep in mind that there is more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Did you understand that? In other words, brothers and sisters, all I'm simply saying is we all have more to learn. None of us are omniscient. None of us knows all there is to know. Okay, so if I say something that is outside of your circumference of awareness, don't become offended by it. Okay, do the research, write it down, make a note. Okay, and hopefully, it'll transform your life. Continuing on, why do I teach? What is my mission? Why did Ray Hagins come out of the womb of Daisy Hagins? Why? Okay, well, here's why. This is my purpose on this planet. You see, you need to know what your purpose is so you don't get distracted carrying out someone else's purpose or agenda. Here's mine, Mine is to begin the process of undoing and reversing ideas and concepts that have been programmed into the minds of our people by the religious statements and church doctrines that have caused us to adopt a belief system that has resulted in our loss of contact with what is real, our loss of contact with what is factual, our loss of contact with what is historical, and our loss of contact with what is spiritual. That's Ray Hagins' mission right there. Okay, so if you don't have to ask me, y'all should know this as well as I know it. If you listen to me every week, okay, yeah, that's what Ray Hagins is all about. Now, the reason why I put that there is because you'll be surprised how much email I get from people wanting me to address other stuff, okay, or want me to speak to other issues that have nothing to do with my mission. You understand? So I have to do this. I have to help y'all understand. I'm not here to talk about what you want me to talk about. You go talk about what you want to talk about. Develop your own platform and do that. Okay. I'm busy on my platform and I'm clear on what my assignment is. Okay. So please don't be offended. Just respect the fact that I'm just can't allow you to distract me with your whims or your scruples. I hope that made sense when I said that. Okay. This is for those religious leaders out there who listen to me in public. I mean, in private, I meant to say, okay, in their den or out in their garage, in their car, or whatever, But you religious leaders out there, listen to this. When you've told so many lies on top of each other over the centuries, that telling the truth about one of your early foundational lies would unravel all the lies that have been defensively piled on top of it, thus exposing you for what you truly are, you have no choice but to continue to lie. If you want to maintain the power that you have no choice but to continue to lie, okay? When your ability to maintain your control over another person's reality is based on the lies about what you are and who they are, you can never tell the truth if you want to maintain your power, okay? And I've talked to a lot of pastors who have gained a lot by preaching a program that simply is not true. And you know what? They say to me, Ray, I know you're telling the truth, Doc, but man, listen, what am I supposed to do, Doc? I can't change horse midstream, Doc. You know, what am I ain't got no other skill. You know, I ain't going to work in no factory, man. You know, oh man. So that's why I put this here, because this is the kind of stuff that our people need to be freed from, you know. What do we want to talk about today? Okay, here's what I want to talk about today. Let's put it back up here. The death of dignity. The death of dignity. That's exactly what I want to talk about today. Okay? Yeah. The death of dignity. How we have lowered and lost our standards in the Black community. Brothers and sisters, I'm serious, man. We have, what have we done? What are we doing? What have we done to ourselves within our community? Think about it. You know, I look around and my heart grieves, man. It grieves for where we are. There was a time when dignity meant something. Okay, think about what I'm saying there. It was the quiet strength in a man's handshake, the grace in a woman's posture, the mutual respect that governed how we treated one another as Black folk. What's going on with us? Think about what I'm saying here, okay? We've changed. You know, what are we doing? We had a pride in how we related to each other. What's going on with that? What happened to it? There was a time when a woman carried herself walked a certain way, and she had a sense of royalty in her walk as a woman. Now I see women walking like a man, you know, got on camis like a man, boots like a man. What happened to the grace in our women's posture? What happened to the mutual respect that governed how we treated one another in the Black community? There was a time, y'all, when dignity was not for sale. But today it seems like it is. But I want you to know, dignity isn't for sale. You know, I worry about my daughters. I worry about my people. I worry about, you know, I look at a lot of the young brothers out here today, you know, they're tired, the way they walking. At one point, it was like sagging, you know, where the waistline was just below the cheeks of the behind. Now it's like the pants are almost halfway down to the knees now. And you walking, you know, and what are you offering our sisters, brothers? If that's your character, if that's your development. I feel sorry for a lot of our young ladies today. I'll be honest with you. You know, now I just heard, believe it or not, I just heard how I used to sound years ago when I was young. I just heard not how I used to sound, but how my parents used to sound. Okay. I remember when they would be talking about how the young folk today, what was going on with our young people. And of course, I was in that group, right? And, you know, in my mind, the things that my parents were saying were just old fashioned. Just old fashioned. In fact, we used to have a thing called the generation gap, you know? Well, guess what, y'all? I'm now where my parents were back then. And I hear myself talking to our younger generation like they were talking to my generation when I was young. And I thought that they were old and, you know, didn't know what they were talking about. I thought that they were just ignorant, you know, they were lame. You know, things that our parents used to say. Yeah. But like I said, I can say now to our people, dignity is not for sale, brothers and sisters. Okay? And guess what? See, back when I was young, we didn't have this online stuff that we have now. Okay, but dignity wasn't something that you faked online either. Okay, and I say that because I see a lot of that today among us. What happened to us that we began to use the internet to go as a battlefield among ourselves? What's going on, man? And you know what's really deep about it is we did not create the internet. Okay? It's an awesome tool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm thankful for the internet. I'm thankful for YouTube and all that because of the internet, I and many others are reaching thousands of people that we wouldn't reach otherwise. But how many of us are misusing such a powerful tool? You know, I logged on the other day, and this is, you know, they show pictures on Facebook going through, and, you know, sisters, why? I know you can't answer me through the computer, but I want you to see what I see as a man. Sisters, why do you insist on taking a picture with your body twisted? In other words, hope that makes sense when I said it, but to follow what I'm saying, when I see a sister who feels like her behind is the most important part of the picture, then you got a problem. And sisters, I see y'all, I mean, it's not even sideways. You don't even turn to the side and take the picture. You twist halfway around and show your butt and looking over your shoulder, taking the picture. What happened to us? The death of our dignity, man. Am I making sense, y'all? Dignity is who you are when no one is watching. That's what dignity is. Okay, and we want to show. It's embarrassing. Sisters, please hear me. I'm not attacking you. I'm trying to get you to understand how I see you as a man, or how I as a man see you. That's what I meant to say. I don't see you as a man, but as a man, how I see you. When the only thing you have to present to yourself is to present to us as men, sisters, and again, please don't take this as an attack. This is just my exhortation to you today. Okay? When I see y'all and your shirt, your blouse is open all the way down to your belly button, revealing all of this cleavage. I mean, like half of your breast. I mean, half of your breast is out looking at us, and you think that's beautiful. You really do that. I mean, it's, woo, man. I'm really sounding like my parents in the old days. Okay, but I understand where they were coming from now. As an elder looking at our community, somewhere between convenience, greed, and noble decay, we've traded dignity for cheap validation and empty comfort. You're trying to be validated by people who's not valid themselves. You know? Yeah. We got to get back on the stick, man. We got to get it right. We got to get back to what we're supposed to be. Next thing I want to talk about is the collapse of self-respect. I'm going to just leave that up there as I talk, okay? The collapse of self-respect. What happened to us? We don't have the respect for ourselves that we need to have. Our culture, and I say is deep because actually we've been deculturalized. But our culture has glorified the shallow and mocked the sincere. That's what I see today. And I grieve for what's going on with us. It seems as though we don't have any value for self-control, discipline, or modesty now. Virtues that once defined what character is look like it's missing among us. What's going on? We're in a day and time where people, they feel the right to say whatever they want to say, and you do have the right. That's what the freedom of speech is really all about, right? Say what you want to say. But don't you know, brothers and sisters, that when you open your mouth, it reveals what kind of person you really are? Yeah. Sometimes I'm going through the internet or just perusing through YouTube, whatever, and I see some of our people who's supposed to be academics, and their language is foul, embarrassing. I said, God, how did we get here? And then we want to blame the white man. That's what's deep about it. Okay? There's not a white person nowhere that's grabbing you by the throat, making you speak that kind of language and act the way you're acting, attacking another black man or black woman. We're not supposed to do that. But there's been a collapse of self-respect among ourselves. And see, when you don't have any respect for yourself, you damn sure not going to have no respect for no one else. Okay? And these are the things that's hurting us. Okay? Now, I grant you, a lot of us should have been raised better. Okay? But no matter how we were raised, all of us know the difference between right and wrong. No matter how we were raised, all of us know the difference between truth and error. You know how I know you know the difference? There's something inside you, black man, black woman, called spirit. And that spirit is connected to the Most High Spirit. Follow me well. And when you do things that violate the balance of ma'at among us, your spirit rings a bell in you. No, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And we've got to the point now we don't even care anymore about that bell convicting us, saying we shouldn't behave in such a manner. So now we got internet YouTube wars going on. Brother, let me say this to you out there, and I hope y'all don't mistake what I'm saying. You don't hear me doing this, because I think the most cowardly thing, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and take it how you want to take it, okay? I'm 72 years old now. I don't care what y'all think or how you say it, because I know what I mean when I say a thing. When you get to a certain age, you just don't care how you say certain things anymore. Well, that's where I'm at now, okay? But I think I think the most cowardly thing, since we're virtual people now and internet people now, I think the most cowardly thing that you can do is use the internet to try to argue with somebody else. Okay, I hear people using YouTube, to fight another person. Why would you do that? Why you want to do that, man? Why, why are you expressing your beef with someone else on YouTube instead of going to that person? You see, that's not the African way, man. The African way is, if you have something against your brother, your sister, you go to that person. You don't go to the world and then talk to that person. So you're talking to the whole world, but yet to that individual. I sometimes I hear that. Say, what does that have to do with me? Why? And I just turn that channel off. In fact, I've done that a lot lately. a whole lot lately in these last few weeks, listening to how we attack each other. Understand, brothers and sisters, we live in a day and time now where it seems like the louder you are, the more attention you get. I didn't grow up that way. I grew up, the louder you are, the more offensive you are. You know, but now we get loud on YouTube. That's, you know, it seems like now the more you expose, the more likes you get. And look like people are doing stuff for that, for attention, for likes and stuff. Society now appears to reward shamelessness. Come on, people, we can't do that with ourselves. We got to heal our community. Okay? The more shameful you are, it looks like the more applause you get from the community. Something's wrong with us when profanity becomes normal speech in the Black community. When vulgarity passes for authenticity in the Black community, and when lies are accepted as marketing, self-respect dies a little more. Do you see what's happening to us? Or can you see what I see? We've convinced ourselves, brothers and sisters, that being real means abandoning restraint. Did you hear what I said? I'm a real in. I'm a real, you know. And what does that mean? I'm a real. How's your credit score since you're so real? You have a decent job since you're so real? How's your family relationship since you're so real? Come on, people. And when it comes to the truth, dignity requires restraint. You may want to write that down. Dignity requires restraint. Okay, think about what I'm saying here. You have to learn how to hold back. We got to learn how to hold your tongue, man. Dignity requires restraint. Also, let me talk about this point. The erosion of respect for others. This is what I see going on among us. Yeah. The erosion of respect for others. I see that happening among us, and it hurts, man. It hurts big time. You see, brothers and sisters, dignity isn't just about how we carry ourselves. Dignity is also about how we treat other people. Allow me as an elder in our community to talk to you like this today. You know, a lot of people say, well, man, I want to hear him teaching. I want to hear him teach. What good is the teaching if you don't apply it to your life? If I talk dignity, if I see that our dignity is disappearing, what good is acquiring a lot of information and you're not dignified? You don't walk in dignity. You don't walk in strong character. You're supposed to be a certain way, but when you open your mouth, people hear something else. I just thought of something as I was saying that. My mom was telling me something one day. It's deep how these little life lessons that your parents teach you, you don't forget them, you know. My mom talking about this man, when he opened his mouth, he didn't make any sense. You know, just because he just liked to be heard, you know. So this brother and his family went to the family reunion, you know, and so the mother told the son, you know, Junior, listen, we get that reunion, you keep your mouth shut. Don't you say nothing. to nobody, you know. And he said, yeah, Mama, okay, Mama, okay. And of course, got to the reunion, and people started coming up to Junior and speaking to him, you know. How are you, sir? Hey, Junior, how you doing? And Junior just look at him. Wouldn't say nothing. Because his mother told him, no, don't open your mouth now, right? Because if you open your mouth, people are going to find out you're a fool. So he didn't want people to find out he was a fool. So he wouldn't open his mouth. When people speak, he wouldn't speak back. He wouldn't even say hi back. He wouldn't say hello back, nothing. You know, and after a while, people started coming up to him and speaking, and he wouldn't respond. And they called it, they said, you fool. Man, you a fool. I'm up here trying to speak to you, and you a fool. And so after the reunion, got back home, and Mama said, so, Junior, how did you enjoy the reunion? And Junior said, Mama, I did what you told me to do. I ain't opened my mouth with nobody. Now, I ain't opened my mouth one time, and people still found out I was a fool. You get it? When you have an erosion of respect for other people, again, dignity is not just about how we carry ourselves, people. It's about how we treat other people. Once upon a time, and I know that's how fairy tales start off, but I don't mean it in a fairy tale way. There was a time, y'all, when we respected our elders. You know, there was a time when we valued our teachers. There was a time when we honored our commitments to one another. You know, I was addressing a situation going on in our community, trying to help a brother, out in the best way that I thought, from whatever little wisdom I do have. And the brother just told me straight up, you just stay out of this, man. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your own business. Here I am, an elder in our community. Okay? I'm trying to heal our community here. Remember I told you I'm adding to my name the word Narmer, the name of the first pharaoh, who was the unifier of the people. He united upper and lower kingdom together. That's where I feel the Most High taking me now, trying to be a unifier of the people, not just to address disagreements among us, but to those who are divided over belief systems even, you know? The Jehovah's Witnesses can't get along with the Baptists. Baptists can't get along with the Lutheran. Lutheran can't get along with Pentecostal. Why? Why? Because we don't have the respect for others now, because we want everybody to be what we are. And if you're not what I am, then you're wrong. Come on, people. We can't survive like that. In the world that we're getting ready to have to live in, the only thing that's going to make us exist is our respect and honor for each other. I saw a young brother the other day walking through the subdivision that I live in. Okay, walking down the street with nothing on from the waist up. Got his shirt hanging out of his back pocket, walking down, you know. And I pulled up on him, and I said, "Excuse me, young brother, do you live up in here?" "Yeah, man. Yeah, what?" I said, "Brother, I'm asking because I live up in here too. Okay, and I've never seen anyone up in here dressing like you dress, walking around here like you're walking around." And of course, it was one of our young brothers, you know. And the way the brother responded to me, I said, "Okay, let me just drive away, because, you know, if I don't just drive away, something else is going to happen up in here. I'm not used to being disrespected like that by a child to me." What has happened? Again, those of us who are our teachers, we got ignorant people wanting to challenge the teachers now. You don't do that. Notice how I said that. The student, it's an ancient African proverb. The student is never higher than the teacher. Now we got our young people disrespecting the values that are being taught by our elders, the things that have caused us to survive in this society in which we live. The power that comes from honor, respect, dignity. There's power in that. And we're losing that power. I hope I'm making sense here, people. I really do. Because like I said, I'm used to teaching, I'm used to breaking down etymological concepts and all that kind of thing. I'm used to dealing with, epistemological concepts. How did you get from where you are to who you, what made, how to challenge it. I don't want to talk like that today. I want to just talk right down to the bare facts today of where we are. If we don't correct ourselves, everything that we think we are will mean nothing. Okay? Someone asked me the other day, I don't want to call his brother's name, okay? Because I'm not trying to add fuel to the fire that already exists. But somebody said, man, why don't you talk to this brother? You call him your son. And I didn't know who he was talking about at first. And when he called the brother name, I said, oh, yeah, okay, well, evidently the brother's out there. He got out there somehow or another, okay? Why don't you talk to him? Well, I would if I thought that he would receive what I have to say. I would talk to him. I sure would. But I'm just too old now to be taking my time to try to heal a situation, and you want to throw the stuff back in my face. No, that's not going to happen. It's not how it works. If you're not going to hear, and let me give a warning here. There's something I grew up with, and I hope it makes sense to you. And that warning is, be careful not to think more highly of yourself than you should. Okay, because pride goeth before a fall, and a haughty spirit before destruction. Okay, and I see too many of our people getting on YouTube trying to be proud, don't realize how ignorant they sound or how ignorant they look. But remember, man, okay, your pride will cause you to fall. Take it from me. Your pride will cause, I've seen it happen too much. And I have to give praise and honor today to my parents who taught me, listen, y'all, there are 2 words that I heard them say, pound into my, well, there's more than 2 words, but the 2 words that I readily recall my parents pounding into my head as I grew up over the years of growing up. 2 words. And those 2 words were stay humble. Stay humble. Don't get to the point where you think more highly of yourself than you should, because the universe will bring you down, and you'll have a hard fall. But man, something's really wrong when I see us taking advantage of each other financially, through the church or through the community. However, it's the same thing to me. If the preacher's ripping you off or people in the community ripping you off, rip off is rip off. And how are we doing that to each other? What's going on with us, man? What's going on with us? Everybody wants to be right, but no one wants to be honorable. Did that make sense? Disrespect has become a badge of individuality among us. Yeah. And notice I call this the erosion of respect for others. It didn't just happen suddenly. It happened gradually. The respect that we have for each other, it began to erode gradually, and it eroded so gradually that we didn't stop to correct it when we first saw it beginning to take place. That's why, I hope this makes sense when I say it. You have to have a nip it in the bud mentality to keep your community healthy. You may want to write that down. You have to have a nip it in the bud mentality in order to keep your community healthy. Because y'all, listen, if you don't nip stuff in the bud and that evil bud begins to blossom, you're going to have hell on your hands, man. people will be among us sowing seeds of discord. That's not supposed to be going on among us. It's gotten to the place now to where a person to drop a seed of discord or confusion among us, and instead of us nipping it in the bud, we water it, we feed it, we help it to grow. So we end up helping to destroy our own community. You grab what I'm saying? So ask the Most High to help you to develop a nip it in the bud mentality. Learn to say, no, we don't do that here. Don't put up with that kind of stuff. Don't allow it in your space. And just because a person has a title or a degree or a position, that does not give them the right to be a fool. No. You can correct that person just as well. Okay, come on, y'all. We got to start nipping seeds of discord in the bud among us. Don't entertain it. And again, we got people who literally have, God, man, I think one of the worst things that could have happened to many of us is the ability to have our own YouTube channel. Oh my goodness. Because when you use your YouTube channel to further confusion and discord, even though you think you're passing out right information, right information is not always healthy. Remember that line, you can't handle the truth? I had to learn that, man, because, I grew, especially growing up in the church, I began to see a lot of stuff that I should not have seen. I've had bishops to approach me, hoping I would engage in a homosexual encounter with them. You follow what I'm saying? I could have went on. I could have went on YouTube and blasted them. Sure, I could have. I could have went on my radio show and blasted them and exposed them. That doesn't heal the community. What I had to say, I said it to them. And they got the message. Okay? Don't have to. It seems like we want to destroy one another. It's like we want to, man. One of the things I learned in the Corps as a Marine, and that is a Marine never leaves another Marine on the battlefield. You never leave a man behind. That we don't do. Okay? Not only do we leave one another behind, we help kill each other. We worse than the enemy. One of our people already wounded. Instead of us restoring that person who's wounded, instead of us lifting them up and giving them strength or helping them by correcting them, we want to stomp them further into the ground. I knew he wasn't no good. I knew he wasn't no good. I knew she wasn't no good. I knew they couldn't be trusted. That's how we, man. So I've been in some heavy prayer for us this week. I don't know where I am on time here. I'm just running my mouth. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. Again, everyone wants to be right, but nobody wants to be honorable. Write that down. Everyone wants to be right, but nobody wants to be honorable. We got a lot of work to do, man. Social media. Social media has become the new public square. And it's full of shouting. Public media now, social media has become the platform for shaming one another. And yet at the same time, we want to promote ourselves, though. Isn't that deep? We want to put other people down, but you want to promote yourself. Giving yourself self-appointed titles that no one else gave you, but you gave it to yourself. I actually heard a brother the other day had the unmitigated audacity to say that he's the most respected speaker in the world. And I thought about, wow, what happened to... So nobody's asking for Naeem Akbar? Nobody's asking for any of our other scholars? Don't you believe that mess, man? How dare you exalt yourself like that? You know, social media has become a platform for us that we're self-destructing on. We tear others down just to feel better. Does that make sense? We literally tear others down so that we can feel better. And you know what kind of psychosis that is? To tear somebody else down just so that you can feel better. What happened to the concept of agreeing to disagree? Okay, we don't agree on that. Okay, leave it there. There was a time when we would say to one another, well, brother, we just have to agree to disagree on that one, okay? And let it be. Not now. If I disagree with you, I want to take it into the fight, into the ring of social media, so we can fight it out in social media because I disagree with you or because you disagree with me. And we want to actually make a video on somebody else because you don't agree with them. Is that, I mean, I can understand people wanting to feel like they're journalists. I can grab that, and social media has given people who are not journalists the opportunity to make believe that they are journalists. I hope that made sense when I said that. But what is your reason for wanting to be a so-called journalist? To heal us or to hurt us? Which one? Which one? I don't know anyone who has been attacked as much as I have. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. Now, maybe, of course, I don't know anyone because I'm speaking. What do you call it? Not objectively. I'm speaking subjectively now. So, of course, I'm not going to know of anyone who's been attacked more than yours truly has. But I'm not going to take the time to go back and try to attack others. This opportunity of reaching the world is too important. And there's no warfare like social warfare. You follow me? So let's ask the Most High and the ancestors to help us to get to the point of being able to agree to disagree. That's all. Okay? Agreeing to disagree has been buried, man, under the rubble of arrogance and outrage. Civility is dead. And we killed it. We killed it. Nobody killed our civility among ourselves but us. Don't be blaming the white man for our loss of civility. Let's deal with another subject here. The loss of moral standards. What happened to it? What happened to our loss of moral standards, man? Yeah, morality. Y'all remember that word? Remember that word? Morality used to be anchored in something greater than human opinion. Now, don't get me wrong. You're entitled to your opinion, okay? But your opinion is not absolute fact and truth. It's your opinion. And everybody's entitled to their opinion, okay? But because you think your opinion is the only way, you want the world to bow down to your opinion? That's not how it goes, family. Okay? Whether it was faith, whether your opinion is based in conscience or simple common sense, There was a time when there was a time when you drew a line that you just didn't cross. That kept our community in bright harmony. You don't cross that line. Okay? When I was growing up, we used to, I don't know if you guys remember this, used to pick up a little piece of twig or put the little twig on your shoulder, a little wood up on your shoulder, or a leaf, whatever's on your shoulder, and dare a person to knock it off. What a stupid way to fight, right? Okay. I remember those days. We pick up a stick, put it on our shoulder, knock it off. I dare you to knock it off. Knock it off. You so bad, knock it off. I dare you to knock it off, right? Now we're doing that with YouTube. We're doing that with social media, okay? We're actually putting a virtue stick on our shoulders now, daring one another to knock it off so we can fight. Ah, man. When society throws out objective truth, dignity goes with it. Did that make sense? And when I say society, I mean our community. Okay? When we in the Black community, and of course, this could be applied to everybody in the world, but I'm talking to us. That's my mission. I've always clearly said that. My assignment is to my people. Okay? Once we get to the point, family, okay, that we throw out objective truth, dignity goes with it. Now, what do I mean by objective truth? Okay, objective truth is when you leave your feelings out of it and accept the facts for what they are. See, we don't think objectively. A lot of us think subjectively. What about me? What I'm doing? You're so focused on your damn self. Okay, you can't see the harm you're doing to the community. That's what I mean by subjective truth. Subjective truth may not be truth at all. You know why? Because subjective truth is often opinion. A person's opinion is what they would call truth. They think their opinion is truth, but it's subjective truth because it's about them. Objective means about the world, outside of yourself, others. Okay? Is what you're saying good for others? Or is what you're saying focused on what's best or good for you? Okay, we got to heal our community, y'all. I'm just about finished. I'm just about finished talking here. Okay? Because I don't want y'all to think I'm fussing. I'm not fussing. I'm grieving. I'm grieving for us. I'm grieving how we have been strategically pitted against one another as it is. Then for us to pit each other against each other? Oh, come on, man. Did you know, brothers and sisters, that without moral boundaries, people can justify anything? That's right. If they don't have moral boundaries, they can justify anything. They can justify their deceit. They can justify their betrayal. They can justify their exploitation as long as it feels right to them. That's what I mean by subjective truth. And that's what's destroying our communities. You see, there was a time when a system outside of us called racism was destroying our communities. Okay? But now we've taken on their ways so much that we just sit back and destroy ourselves now without any outside help whatsoever. Yeah. Understand this and remember this. Dignity and morality are twins. You cannot preserve one without the other. when we accept them as art, when we accept them as deceit, or deceit as once we accept deceit as a strategy. Wow, that'll preach right there. Because see, I see some of the stuff I see going on in our community is deceitful. But the person who's doing the deceiving is trying to present a strategy or claim that they have a strategy. I hope this is making sense. Okay, that's got to stop, man. Once we see deceit, it needs to be addressed. And how do we best address deceit? Call it for what it is. Expose it. As long as you sugarcoat it or try to respect deceit, come on, man. And see, again, you're trying to justify deceit. Wait a minute, I'm getting all dry here. Bear with me. That is so good. Man. I just heard a commercial from when I was a child. I don't know if how many of you guys were old enough to remember this guy on TV. He used to be a cartoon host show named Sandy Becker, and he would always advertise Jell-O pudding. And he would do what I just did to my drink here. He would take the Jell-O pudding right on camera on television and put it in his mouth thing. And you make this face and say, boys and girls, that's delicious. Now, why is he saying boys? Why is he saying that's delicious to boys and girls? Knowing that the children are going to pressure their parents to go out and buy it. You follow what I'm saying? That's what you call manipulation. Yeah, right? Well, brothers and sisters, we have to stop allowing people within our own community to manipulate us. All right? Remember, please remember, okay? When we accept filth as art, and when we accept deceit as strategy, and when we allow selfishness as empowerment, hear what I'm saying. Okay, to me, there's nothing as offensive as to see Black power under this. I'm about to say this backwards. There's nothing as offensive to me as to see selfishness under the disguise of Black power. You know, I got to be honest with y'all. Like I said, I'm an elder now talking to our community, so let me say it the way I feel it. Okay, I'm a little bit tired of hearing our people talking Black power, Black power, Black power, and yet those are the ones who are deceiving the community. That's not Black power, that's deceit. Okay? And what's happening, y'all, is when we allow that to happen, we're not evolving. In fact, at that time, we're regressing when that happens. Okay? Two other points I want to talk about. Okay, and that would be, this here, the cheapening of the Black experience. How do we allow ourselves to get to this point? We're cheapening our own experience as Black people. I look at many of our people. We would rather fame than right. Okay. I look at how many of our people are chasing fame. You think that because you have a lot of, likes on YouTube, okay, that you're famous? You're not famous. You're a popular fool. That's all you are. We're after followers. We're after fortune. But we're not after integrity. I hope I'm making sense to y'all, man. We got to heal ourselves, y'all. Or all this to be just for nothing. We have billionaires with no honor. We have celebrities among us with no conscience. We have leaders among us with no backbone. Even our entertainment celebrates the lowest impulses among us. Really, what we call entertainment is just a celebration of our lowest impulses, man. Cruelty, lust, greed. That's what I see going on among us. Everything is transactional now. Our relationships, our work, even what we say we believe in. Do you really believe what you say you believe in? Or do you believe whatever's popular at the time? Whatever way the wind is blowing, that's the way you want to go. Think about what I'm saying, people. Yeah. We've become consumers of people. Think about what I'm saying. Hope that makes sense. We've become consumers of people instead of cultivators of virtue. Okay? Consumers of people, and you think you're getting somewhere because people follow you, or you think people follow you? No, it's not about that. It's about cultivating virtue, regardless of who's following you or not. Yeah. We've gotten to the place, y'all, where in our community where we have mistaken exposure for excellence and popularity for purpose. Did you get that? We have mistaken exposure for excellence and popularity for purpose. Wow, man, you may want to write that down too. Hope that made sense when I said it. Yeah, dignity used to mean living with purpose and principle. Now it's about going viral. You grab what I'm saying here? The internet has messed us up, man. Yeah, that's right. I'll say it again. Dignity used to mean living with purpose and principle. Now you think dignity, you think you got dignity because you went viral on the internet. A fool can go viral. In fact, usually what goes viral is not worth listening to anyway. Okay? For example, let me give an example of what I'm talking about as far as me, I'm concerned, right? Here I am every week trying to raise the consciousness of our people, try to free our people's minds every week. That's what I'm going through, right? That's how I spend my life, trying to elevate us as a people. One day, okay, my daughter came and called me. She was a little upset. Stuff went on her job, okay? And she just started working at this job. I didn't want her to lose the job. It was a good job, right? Or when I say good job, I mean she was making good, what we call good money, whatever that is. And so I told her, I said, sweetheart, listen, be careful how you act because they can terminate you. And she said, yeah, I know. That's why I'm calling to help talk me down. So I'm asking the ancestors in the Most High to give me a method to help her deal with this confusion she's going through on her job, right? So I told her, I said, honey, listen, I want you to go back in the building where you work. Okay, you took a break. Go back from your break. And when you step inside the building, I want you to sing this song. Okay? And this song just blurted out, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. If you don't leave me alone, you're going to have to send me home because I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Hey, she cracked up. That's what I needed. Okay. It helped her to deal with that. And so that song went all over the internet. I mean, it went viral. Okay. That dumb little song, I'm about to whip somebody's ass, went viral. Okay. I mean, We had a tank army, United States Army tank unit in Iraq that would play that song out over their speakers when they went out on patrol. Okay? Thing went viral. Dumb little song like that. Why aren't these messages that I'm trying to teach going viral? Stuff that will raise our consciousness, stuff that will raise us to a higher level of existence. Why doesn't that go viral? Because our appetite is messed up as a people. The stuff we listen to, the stuff we feed ourselves, it's not helping us. It's like eating bad food. Okay? It's like growing up on everything that's bad for your health. And then you want to know why you got cancer. You want to know why you got diabetes. Because of what you put in your bodies. Same thing with our mind, brothers and sisters. Yeah. We got people out here who got diabetic mentalities. Cancer mindset. And we keep feeding into it like it's going to really help us. But the ancestors in the Most High allowed this brother here today to share with you this exhortation to help us to open our eyes and see ourselves as we need to. Okay? I was talking to this brother a couple of months ago, and I'm gonna be honest with you. He was an embarrassment. Yeah, he was a black man, but he was an embarrassment. You know, his presentation and all that kind of stuff. And the boy had the audacity to say, "Hey, you want to introduce yourself?" His name is Amin Ra. Now, don't get me wrong. If there's other Amin Ra's out there, please don't think I'm talking about them. I'm talking about this brother that I met a couple of months ago, Amin Ra. I said, and I wanted to say to him, "Why are you calling?" I wanted to say, I didn't say it to him though. I wanted to say, "Man, why are you calling yourself Amin Ra?" Do you realize what you're saying? You're actually saying that you are the Most High God. That's who Amin Ra is among the ancient Africans. But see, people with low self-esteem try to name themselves the most powerful thing there is that they can think of. That's somewhat like the psychology of why Elijah Muhammad had his people, his followers, to take the last name Muhammad. And I would ask them, why do y'all greet each other with the word? Why do y'all greet each other by saying Assalamu alaikum? I would ask Muslims that, why you carry the name Muhammad? And it's because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, it's okay. I understand that you respect what you were taught. I do understand that. Okay. But if you don't know why you were taught what you were taught, then it's meaningless. Why do you carry the name Muhammad? So many of you who got the name Muhammad, let me tell you, in case you don't know why you carry the name Muhammad, because the name Muhammad means one who is praiseworthy. That's what Muhammad means. So are you living up to that? Or are you just wearing a bow tie and greeting each other by saying Assalamu alaikum? Do you even know why you greet each other with the greeting of Assalamu alaikum? Why do you greet each other in Arabic and have the rest of your conversation in English? Think about that. Think about why you do the things you do. Let me help you with that too. You see, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was rescuing the black man from his mindset in this country. Follow what I'm saying, brothers and sisters. Now, I know I can tell you right now what's going to happen, because I've already had I've had it happen already. People talking about, why are you respecting Elijah Muhammad? Don't you know he was a criminal? You see what I'm saying? How we do each other? I don't give a damn whether the man was a criminal or not. What I do know is there are hundreds of thousands of black men in this country, right here in America, that would not be found and would not be where they are today if it wasn't for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his work in Islam in this country. I can't think of another entity that has done more for the black man in America. Okay, let's keep it real, man. Let's give respect and honor where it's due. You see what I mean? See how we've cheapened the Black experience? We attack each other. Yeah. Like I say, we become consumers of people instead of cultivators of virtue. We've mistaken exposure for excellence and popularity for purpose. Dignity used to mean living with purpose and principle. Now it's about going viral. That's all you about now? Going viral? Well, you better hope the internet don't shut down, because that would be the end of your existence if that's all you're worried about is going viral. Yeah. See how much time for me to get ready to close this, but let me close at this last point here. Okay. How do we find our way back? That's the next thing as I close this. How do we find our way back? That's important. And the reason why I say that, y'all, is because reclaiming dignity is not going to happen by accident. Excuse me, my throat is dry again. Reclaiming our dignity as Black people is not going to happen by accident. And when I say Black, y'all don't start that etymological argument with me. Well, Black ain't a word and all. Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all know what I mean. Okay. Hear the message today. Leave your little intellectual scruples aside now. Okay. So we get into this egotistical thing, and then we got especially you brothers want to come on my platform in my teaching room and try to teach. That ain't what you're here for. You're here to learn. Okay. We had a brother on last week who was disrespecting the room, trying to comment. If you're doing all the damn commenting while I'm talking, that means you're not listening to me. And I don't need you here for that. Okay. I'm trying to help heal our people. You need to be here and do what we call in the order, have a silent tongue and a listening ear. And then after I finish, you take what I've taught and go teach others. Okay, don't come into my house trying to use my platform to teach, because no one want to come to your platform and hear you teach. Okay, don't do that. I've told Sister Yolanda last week, anyone who comes into the room and disrespects the room like that, delete them and block them. Okay. I don't mean to sound bodacious, but I'm the teacher here. Or whoever I have to teach in my stead is the teacher for that day. Okay? Please understand that, people. See, this is what I'm trying to say to us. We've messed ourselves up. We don't even respect one another. Don't come to my house trying to rearrange my furniture. No, you arrange the furniture the way you want it in your house. I'm not coming to your house at all. Okay? How do we make our way back? Let me close this. Reclaiming dignity, as I said, is not going to happen by accident. It requires courage. The courage to swim against the current of nonsense. Write that down. I must have the courage to swim against the current of nonsense. Okay? It means speaking truth, even when the truth is unpopular. See, that's our problem. We want to be popular. Am I making sense, people? We don't want to be misunderstood. Brothers and sisters, you ain't going to grow until you're misunderstood. Take it from me. I don't know anyone in the world who's been misunderstood more than yours truly. And I welcome being misunderstood, as long as I understand, okay, that I'm standing on truth and fact and not on what's popular. Yeah. Okay. We have to get to the point of speaking truth. Yeah. Even when people don't want to hear it. That's what the word ma'akaru means. A speaker of truth. Okay. We have to learn how to hold ourselves accountable when others don't even hold us accountable. Am I making sense? This is how we find our way back. Okay? Understand, man, you are not God. Okay? You are a student of learning. And I hear too many of us now on the internet boasting about who we are, what we've accomplished, what we've done. No, man, that has to change if we're going to rescue ourselves. Yeah, so learn to hold yourself accountable, okay? And learn to live by a moral compass that cannot be bought or manipulated. That's how we find our way back. Parents must teach it. Leaders, we must model it. Community, African community, we must defend it, because without dignity, our community will collapse into chaos as I see it happening. Okay, and we're dangerously close to that point of collapse. And the only people that can do something about it is us. So I hope you will receive what your brother had to say to you today. Okay, dignity, the death of dignity among us. And we got to stop blaming other people for our predicament now. We've gotten past that. Okay, I think I may have shared with you some time ago the difference between oppression, suppression, and repression. Okay, oppression is when a power greater than us is holding us down. Got what I'm saying? Suppression is when the device that they put in place is continuously holding us down. Repression is when we've gotten so used to being held down that we start holding ourselves down. And that's where we are now. We're in that repression category. Okay, and nobody can heal us, family, but us. Please understand how that goes. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the teaching for today. Or I take that back. I didn't teach today. Maybe you might have learned something. If so, that's great. But today was what's called exhortation, not teaching. I didn't really say anything today that you don't already know. So I was hoping maybe I could remind you of the need for us to get back to who we really are. We are great people. We are a wonderful people. We are a holy people. We are a powerful people. We are deep down inside a righteous people. Okay? But we've lost our focus by listening to people among ourselves, like I said, who are sowing seeds of discord. People in our own community, people who are in our own community, financially exploiting us, and we allow it. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Okay. I think I've said enough today. Let's just bring this to bear here. Let's see. If you are a regular listener to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button. Thumbs up, right? Also hit that notification bell so that when I go live, whatever I do, you can, go live there. Hear me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right. When I go live, you'll hear it. You'll get a notification of it. I encourage you to email me with your questions, ideas, concerns. Okay. Just don't email me telling me what you think I should be teaching. That's not going to work. Okay. I get too many emails with that. And like I said, when I get that kind of email, what I want to do is say, no, you teach it. Evidently, that's what the universe is placing in your spirit to do. All right. So if you got something you think that Brother Ray should be teaching and I'm not teaching it, you feel free to teach it. Please do. Just don't try to come to my platform and do it. Okay. Start your own YouTube channel and do it. That's how we do it. All right. Yeah. Got me? Okay. Yeah. I encourage you to log on and listen to me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right there at Black Liberation Webcasting Network. And the address to that is, of course, our website /WBLR. Or you can just click the tab at the top of the page on our website, Black Liberation. All right. And when you click that tab, it will automatically go to the webcast or 24-hour day radio station and listen to yours truly teaching. Okay. Come on and join us there. For those of you who want to make your donations, and again, thank you to those who have been sharing with your substance with us for our work here. Okay, make your donation to PayPal. All right, go to PayPal.com, and our PayPal address is African Village 1, as you see there. Okay, where am I on time here? Okay, yeah, African Village 1, as you see there. All right, make your donation. If you don't want to go that, just go to the website and go all the way to the right. You'll see a tab that says donate. Just click that tab and it'll take you to the same place. And then just enter whatever amount you want to donate to help us with your support. Okay. If you make your donation through Cash App, our address is Dr. Ray Hagins. Okay. And when you probably get your receipt from the Lamplight Group, and people, I've been getting questions about that. Dr. Hayes, I want to donate, but I'm getting a message from the Lamplight Group. Well, brothers and sisters, the Lamplight Group is our other nonprofit organization that handles all of our media for the African Village. Understand how that goes, right? The Lamplight Group does all of the production for the African Village. So that's why we're using that address there. Make your donation there, okay? And it will still get to me. If you're making a donation through Zelle, it's my email address, rayhagins@gmail.com. Okay? And there's one G in my name, rayhagins@gmail.com. If you're mailing in your donation, you see the address there, the African Village. Make your check or money order out to the African Village. Please don't make your check or money order out to me. Don't do that, okay? No, don't do that. The funds that comes in is for the African Village, not for Brother Ray. Please, that's the commitment that I made years ago. When I first went into the ministry, I made a commitment to the Most High. I will never misappropriate the funds to our ministry. And I haven't, and I don't, and I won't. Okay? There's no way in the world could have lasted this long being dishonest. Right? I've been in ministry now 52 years, brothers and sisters. 52 years. Oh, wow. Long time. Anyway, here's our mailing address for the African Village here. 863 Flat Shoals Road, Southeast, Suite 242, Conyers, Georgia, 30094. Got it? Okay. Now, as I close, let's talk about this organization right here, the Black Achievement Fund. Brothers and sisters, we're doing some great things, and I would love for you to be a part of the work that we're doing here. Okay. When I first heard this Brother R.K. Hodges, when I heard his vision about the Black Achievement Fund, after they went off the air, I called and said, I immediately want to join this immediately. I mean, I didn't waste any time. The night that I heard the presentation and the vision, saw the vision for the Black Achievement Fund, that's the night I joined. Not only did I take out a personal membership, I took out a membership for the African Village too. All right? I should say also, not two. There's only one African Village. Right? Yeah, the Black Achievement Fund. We're doing some great things, man. I want you to be a part of it. Okay. As you can see here, there's Brother Arkey putting the shovel in the ground. Okay, I think we purchased maybe something like 100 acres of land. Okay, and guess how we did it? With your $9 a month donation. That's right. So we can have our own community. Our own community. All right, that's right. So concrete is already being poured. Okay, so you see the real estate department there, or a picture from the real estate department of the Black Achievement Fund, building our homes, building our own community. All right, we're not wasting time. We're not just collecting $9 a month and doing nothing with it. Okay, there's an example of the homes that we're going to be building there. Yep, got about 100 acres down there in Georgia. Okay, and you want to come on down and be, hey man, okay, listen, Arkey can say it a whole lot better than I can. I'm tired of running my mouth for the day. Got me? log on at 2:00, okay, and listen to Brother Arkee's vision for the Black Achievement Fund. All right, notice what it says: Our world in our hands. The website is baf.solutions. Okay, baf.solutions, not baf.com.org.net. No, baf.solutions. Go there today at 2:00. Okay, right after we be going off the air, and listen to our brother Arkee Hagins with this vision, and we want you to come on and be a part of the Black Achievement Fund as well. Okay, brothers and sisters, I had a problem getting our equipment to connect here so that we could play our fun song as we leave. So once again, we won't be able to go out with it because I can't pull it up. The African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do because you're easy to love. No, it's not coming up for me like it should. Yeah, okay, here. So since it's not coming up for me like it should, let's see, maybe here we go. Yes, it is. Let me see if I can get this thing to play for us here. Okay, and then we can end out here with the African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You know why? Because you're easy to love. Let me see if I can get this thing to play. See here. Yeah, we're connected. We're connected. So let's close out with that. Okay, the African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. Yeah. There you go. Come on, everybody, say, the African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're so easy. You're so easy. Easy to love. Say again, the African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You are so easy. You're so easy. Easy to love. Brothers and sisters, thank you for being with me today. Listen again, coming up at the top of the hour, in about a couple of minutes, you're going to hear our brother Arkee Hagins sharing with us the work of the Black Achievement Fund. Love for you to come be a part of it, okay? Until next week, you guys out there continue to stay strong. All right, I love you. Yeah, can't make it without you. I need you to survive.